Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about OpenClaw. I loved it so much I renamed my channel to OpenClaw. I might change it back. Actually, I'm learning more about OpenClaw, and some of the things are pretty amazing, obviously. But I think some of it is also people just don't understand it. Like when something goes viral, what does that really mean? And you know, how do you use this software? Everyone's like gaga over AI, but a lot of it is for business automation. And if you don't have a business, then what are you automating? So uh, AI is not going to help you to decide what business you want to be in. Business is business. If you're going to be a consultant or if you're going to get clients, then those are human beings for the most part, and you need to make sure that you're providing something of value that they actually want and are willing to pay for. But we're going to talk about all of that. I mean, I installed OpenClaw locally, but I couldn't figure out what exactly it does. I understood what it does. I mean, essentially it's an agent framework that is connected to your communication channels like WhatsApp, Telegram, and other chat messengers. And you can install it locally. That's what's exciting and interesting. Or you can put it into a cloud instance or a droplet on like DigitalOcean. But these things connect to LLMs such as Claude, with Sonnet, that LLM, OpenAI, etc. And those things cost money. So every time you're using this, you're using tokens, and that costs money. And it's this program especially is AI intensive. It's all AI, AI, AI. So it's exciting, but you can spend a lot of money. So, for instance, here's a cool site, calculator.vlvt.sh, and basically it's an OpenClaw calculator. And you can see if you're a heavy user, you could be paying around 1,700 a month. Oh no, that's the reduction. But before you can spend unlimited amounts of money with OpenClaw if you're configuring it to do a lot of different things. But let's just look at a light user, and the primary model is Claude Opus, which is expensive. That's $30 a month. But let's say you find something like GLM 4.7, that's cheaper. And then your heartbeat model, let's switch that to, well, let's just find the super cheap ones here. So let's just say you go with Gemini Flash Lite. So now you're still looking at $52 a month. And sub agent model, let's go cheap on that too. Let's do cheap DeepSeek. So you might not get the performance and the intelligence and the accuracy if you configure it this way to use these models, but this calculator is really good. And let's just say we do, I don't know, 10 heartbeats a day, and let's just say we're doing like 10 tasks a day. And queries, I don't know, let's go 10. 10 queries, 10 tasks, 10 heartbeats. So you're still spending $44.72. Now, if you're running a business and you get anybody to do anything, it's going to cost you $200 a day for a full-time employee. That's at like $25 an hour. So maybe a little bit less, but that's roughly what it is. So can you get enough value out of Claude where it's doing what a human would take 2 hours to do? That's the way you have to think, because if this is replacing human activity, then it is worth it. It is worth the spend, but you need to be recouping that cost somehow. So that's where, okay, how do you apply it to your business? So here is one example of how we could do this. I run the site goldpricelive.co, and it is integrated with Yahoo Finance, and you can see um, live price charts for gold and performance, other metals such as silver, and etc. So there's quite a few pages on here, but there's also, the thing is, there's also a blog. Now, the thing about having a blog is it's great. You can get traffic, people like it, you can stay up to date, you can write articles, the whole thing. But writing, researching, writing, finding images, editing, formatting, and then launching, and then indexing the articles, promoting the article, that all takes time and work. So how much of that can be automated? Now the thing is that the good news is that this can be automated. I'll just show you. This is a new site that I launched. So this is my Vercel, and this is it here, Gold Price Live. So you can see, I mean, I like to work lean, and I actually just use the Vercel onboard analytics. And this is, it's only been live for 2 weeks because I wanted to get something in gold. I think gold is not going anywhere, and a lot of search traffic. And you can see the traffic is going up. I had 34 visitors and 20 visitors. So, and that's daily, which is not that much, but it is a new site. So the thing is, we can look at our analytics and see what pages they went to. You can also look at what countries they came from, which is exciting. I've got a lot of visitors internationally. And so the site is growing. And now the thing is, can I 10x this? Can I 100x this? And then, of course, can I monetize it? Well, right now, how am I monetizing? I'm putting just simple banner ads with an affiliate program. You click it and you can buy silver or gold. Anytime anyone does that, I'm going to make $20, $30, $50. So, but I might need to have 1,000 visitors before I get one sale. That's kind of how it works. I don't exactly know yet. I haven't made a sale. So, but the challenge is, can I, in order to get 1,000 visitors, can I do that for less than, let's say, $30? And so that's a good problem to apply AI to. Can I automate? First of all, you want to test, okay, if I start making a daily blog post, um, is that going to increase traffic? And will I be able to get this traffic up to, let's say, 100 visits a day or more? I mean, ideally, you kind of want 1,000 visits a day, like I said, and maybe make a sale once every 1 or 2 days. Then it's something interesting. The cool thing about that as well is that if you build up a property like this over 6 months to a year, the domain is aged, and you have a traffic history, and if you have the revenues, then it becomes worth something. You can sell the site if you want to, or if it's actually throwing off a bit of cash, 100, 200 bucks a day, or 200 bucks a month, or 500, whatever it is, then it is a viable side business. Now, but again, it's like, you probably don't want to be, unless you're just in love with gold and you really want to become a gold expert, you probably don't want to be spending 3, 4 hours a day researching and writing blog posts and articles and building it out. So that's a great problem to use for AI. How can we automate the research, the writing, even the publishing of the blog posts? So that's something I'm going to look at. There's other markets that I've looked at that you can use AI for and AI automation. I'm not going to share them all here. That's a little bit, in business, if you find an opportunity, you don't necessarily want to invite everyone into that opportunity if you want to pursue it. But I'll keep you up to date because I'm going to be doing these experiments ongoing, and sharing my results. So now, one of the things with cost is that you want to look for cheap or free models, and Ollama especially is a great way to do this. So if you go to ollama.com, you can download the Ollama and it runs locally, and you can get, oh, look at that, over 40,000 integrations. Plus, you can get free models, and it has OpenClaw integration. So that's great. So we want to be using Ollama. I mean, my challenge would be, can you actually run near free or totally free AI and OpenClaw to do tasks for you? Um, you do get free credits everywhere. You get free credits on ChatGPT, on Grok. I mean, Grok is like amazing. Like I can do 2, 3, 4, 5 hours of research every day, technical research, how to remove watermarks. Look at this. I removed water. Well, it didn't work on that one. But I mean, I'm getting instructions on how to install OpenClaw on your laptop, and it's like instantaneous tech support. Um, OpenClaw for PPC agents, so or PPC, building that business. That's another thing that I do. I actually run an agency, and Webshop FX, and I provide PPC services in Vancouver. And so the question is, okay, well, how can I? This has a blog as well too, so I want to be taking advantage of that, doing blog posts, and also doing outreach and building that business and running that business. So how can I apply AI to those tasks as well? So there's lots of ways that you can apply AI automation, and something like OpenClaw, um, in order to automate parts of your business, save money, make money, grow, etc. And I think that that's going to be a big focus in the economy for the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years, because the powers that be are basically in a mode where it's just like, okay, they don't want, I mean, the era of like hyper growth, unlimited growth, free money is sort of winding down. They want to wind it down anyway. I mean, it's just a fact. And they're saying that, things are getting scarce. There's scarcity in different areas, but that doesn't mean that you can't live a fulfilling life, an interesting life, um, an enjoyable life, a mentally stimulating life. Uh, you know, Money is not everything. Wealth is not everything. And we are wealthy as human beings. We're wealthy because we can experience so much beauty and enjoyment in our lives, and we have, I'm not going to say unlimited potential, but we have enormous potential to grow ourselves and to challenge ourselves. And I don't know, life is amazing. So you have to have it, that perspective. And how much is enough, right? I mean, if you have food, clothes, clothing, shelter, and entertainment, I mean, what more do you need? You don't necessarily need 10 houses. But if you can get 10 houses, then there's nothing wrong with that, in my opinion. If you're keeping those houses up, renting them out, I don't know, selling them, flipping them. So, it's a free world, it's a free market, and you can do what you want. But this channel is about using technology in order to expand your business, make money, stimulate your mind, and have fun while you're doing it. And OpenClaw is obviously a great way to do this. So, where can we put our OpenClaw? Well, uh, yeah, I had, okay, so OpenClaw can be put on DigitalOcean basically, and you can run a droplet, because a lot of people are like buying these Mac Minis for 500, 800 US, but then you got to set it up. It's running all the time. Um, it's an outlay. I mean, that's $800. It's cool to have. I mean, you can also do a Raspberry Pi, but if you don't want to do all that, just run it in the cloud, and you can run it in a droplet on DigitalOcean. And there is a article on this, how to run OpenClaw with DigitalOcean. And the great thing is they have a one-click deploy that's already hardened, And so it's got all the default security settings set up to protect you, because it's security is a big issue with OpenClaw. You're vulnerable to prompt injection attacks. And if you're exposing personal data or business data, and accounts and passwords and keys, then that's always an issue. But the great thing is you can do a one-click deploy on DigitalOcean, um, but it's not $4 a month. A lot of people are like, "Oh, you can run it on $4 a month," and yes, you probably could run it on $4 a month. But if you do the one-click deploy, it's basically $12 a month. And you can see, I can just show you, deploy your DigitalOcean droplet. So if we go to DigitalOcean, anyway, it's basically $12 a month. And but the great thing is that it'll essentially walk you through and set everything up and provision it for you, so that you don't have to go through all that nightmare and going back to Grok and asking, what do I do for this setting, what do I do for that setting. So the initial setup is sort of automatic. You still have to configure OpenClaw itself with all your keys and accounts, and that in itself is a learning process. So I haven't done this yet. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to share this with you in a video very soon, so that we can do it together. But for now, what I thought I'd focus on is just Ollama, because I'm going to run Ollama on my droplet in order to take advantage of free or very low cost providers to save money on my droplet. And so what have I done here? Well, I have WSL running on my Windows, which is Ubuntu, and you can see this is the shortcut to Ubuntu. So that's basically a Linux running in a container. I believe it's Docker. But you can see I just installed Ollama. So now it's installed. So I've had it installed before, but I never used it. So now I'm going to start learning how to use and running Ollama. So we'll see if we can do that together here, and I can share this with you. So I've already, okay, Ollama launch OpenClaw. That's not what I want. Ollama launch Claude, Codex, OpenCode, and more. Okay, so let's see what happens, because I have Ollama launch OpenCode. I like OpenCode. OpenCode is cheaper. So select models for OpenCode. Minimax Cloud, fast, efficient, not downloaded. Kimi Cloud, reasoning subagents, not downloaded. Quen 3. So already, okay, I'll show you what I usually do when I'm given options and stuff like this. I use this share X, and I copy the region, and then I go to Grok. I start a new chat. I put this in here, and I go, I have installed, I tell them what I do, Ollama on my WSL. I want to run it with OpenCode. Here are my options. Which one should I choose? So, and it's going to give me a big printout, but it's amazing how fast this is going to work. And so it's going to read that using vision, AI vision. It's going to read this. This was basically my options: Minimax, GLM, Kimi Cloud. These are all Flash. What am I talking about? So yeah, basically it's giving me these options. Okay, Minimax, talk recommended right now. It's currently one of the strongest publicly available. Are any of them free? That's the question. Are any free? Let's see. Are any free? So it's recommending Minimax, and Minimax is free with some caveats. Kimi Cloud is free. If Minimax feels rate limited growth, swap to this same tier of performance at no charge from any users. Okay, so interesting. GLM 4.7 flash free local version. The local one, 25 gigs, runs entirely on your machine, completely free, no cloud limits. So that's interesting. You can download this model, GLM 4.7 flash. We don't know about the performance. Here's another one, Qwen 3 8B, 11 gigs, and that's free, and you download that. So if you have space on your hard drive, you can actually download the model and run it, and then you'll never be charged for anything. So, but you're going to be behind the curve because these are older models, so the performance won't be as good. You're not going to be on the cutting edge. But if you're just learning and you're experimenting, this is a great way to do it. You can do all this stuff free. You don't have to even use DigitalOcean. You can install all the stuff on your computer for free and use older models that are free and open source, and you can start using AI and see what you can do with it. I mean, even if these models are 6 months or a year outdated, they're still powerful. I mean, you can still do a lot. You can still probably write decent articles, draft articles. And there's a lot of stuff you can do with it. You can draft emails, and you can I don't know about image manipulation, but so anyway, this is what we're going to do. So what does it say? Qwen free. So same as above, fully local, efficient for lighter tasks. So Qwen 8B. So I'm going to go with this light Qwen 8B, and I guess I'm going to download. So yes, now I can download it. You can see this. I'll just show you. It's saying yes, I'm going to download it. So now I'm downloading Qwen 8B. So that the reason why I did that is because I believe I only have around 50 gigs left on my hard drive. So that is a constraint for me. I need to clean up my hard drive, get rid of uninstall apps, and get rid of old files and videos. But right here, right now, I'm showing you how and what we can do with Ollama. So already we found a source to find free AI, a free model that doesn't cost you cloud credits. You don't have to put in your credit card. You don't have to keep updating. You don't run out of tokens. You can run it on your local machine. So that data, your usage is not being captured by OpenAI. So you have privacy plus free. So this is interesting. Now, what can we do with it? Well, we're going to find out. Anyway, it takes a while to download this. We're at 4%. So in the meantime, what else can we do? Quick recommendation, go with Minimax Cloud first. So it tells you to go with the cloud for pure no cloud privacy offline, GLM Flash local, still surprisingly capable and truly unlimited. So I probably should have gone with this one, but it is 25 gigs. So I'll just check. I mean, I don't know, maybe I'll do that one too. But my C drive has, oh, okay. So I have 152 gigabytes. So this could be an interesting experiment. Maybe I'll download both and run both. And then we can switch out between Qwen 3 8B and GLM 4.7 Flash. So that'll be something that we can do. But this is still taking 9. We're only 10% into the 9 gigabytes. So that, it's a pretty heavy download. But let's keep going on. Where is it? Here it is. So run any app or agent with open models. So you can run agents with open models. Connect the latest open models to your favorite applications or agents. Make it easy to switch between them. Run a model. Launch Claude Code. Codex, launch OpenClaw. So that's cool. From within Ollama, we can launch OpenClaw, we can launch Codex. I believe we can launch, well, I know we can launch OpenCode, which is what I use. I like OpenCode. I'll show you OpenCode. It's powerful. I just like it. It's command line. It can do everything. I used to use Cursor, but I actually don't like it anymore. And they started ripping. I feel like they were sort of ripping me off. The performance wasn't there. I mean, I was paying. They kept upselling me. They want to upsell you, and they got me onto a $60 a month plan. And I'm like, fuck, man, I'm burning tokens like they're going out of style. I was developing some apps with it, so it became more and more of an investment, and I just stopped using it. I looked for other options, and that's why I went with OpenCode. So OpenCode is really cool, and I highly recommend OpenCode. It's an open source AI coding agent, and it's just really smooth. It's really fast, really well written. The guys that run Bun are the ones that launched this, and it's got like 100,000 stars on GitHub, and it's just good. It's just like highly minimal. It's terminal based mainly, and it's just fast. It's smooth. It's well designed. I can show you what it looks like. I mean, we're still downloading here, but I can do another terminal here. So I'll just show you. Let's see. So these are in my WSL. I have a couple different yeah, my portfolio. So I'll CD portfolio. No, I don't actually want to do portfolio. Yeah, okay, CD portfolio. So in this portfolio, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go bun run dev, and I'll show you my portfolio. It's basically my site. So I'll actually just put it in here. It's localhost 3000 when you're running locally. So it's starting up. Now I found this repo. So this is it here. It takes a while to load. There you go. So this is actually localhost 3000. So I'm running my portfolio locally off my machine, and you can see this is my website, and it's for my services, and I have a blog, which I call Trends, and so I can record, notes and learning that I have on my blog, and then anything about the industry. But I designed all this and I vibe coded all this using a template with OpenCode. So there I ran it. So now let's do this again. And this time I'm going to CD portfolio, go inside here, and then I'm going to run OpenCode. Easy enough to remember, and it will launch OpenCode. So there you go. It's fast. Now, what do I want to do? Now, the great thing about OpenCode is you just tab. It's like Claude. It has that feature. If you're planning, that way it's just researching and you're asking it to analyze your repo or your code. And you can ask it, well, let's make this change. And then when you're ready, you like the plan, you can go to build, and then it will execute. So I like that feature. It's easy. You just press the tab button. But what do we want to do here? Let me just look here, because I'll show you how we can make a change. I have to think. Events. Yeah, I mean, I actually don't have too much that I wanted to change. Okay, so this line here, actually, I do want to change this. Now, one thing that I would do, because I'm positioning myself as a pay-per-click agency foremost, I can have other pages with services for Shopify, web optimization, and web design. But my front page is highlighting PPC because that is the target, or those are the clients that I want. That's the service that I'm offering. And so I want to make sure my tagline here is, better than that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this, and then I'm going to go to, I may as well use free if I can, right? Why would I pay or use credits if I can't use free? Oh, that's the other thing. I think I've run out of credits on here, so it might not even work. But let's say rewrite this tagline for PPC agency. in Vancouver. Okay, so this is just with Grok, Vancouver's go-to for Shopify, PPC and Shopify powerhouse in Vancouver, skyrocketing leads, optimizing sites, winning Google ads for businesses everywhere. So I kind of like that because I want to sort of keep Shopify on there. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, let's change the tag line in hero to on homepage to, and then I always put quotes, and then so I'm in plan mode, and then we'll see what happens. Oh, see, I don't even have a oh no, it's working. So I do have some free tokens. I think they refresh your free tokens. Or no, I switched the models because I'm using Big Pickle. Yeah, anyway, so OpenCode is good. When you run out of free tokens, they don't want you to leave. So they keep giving you more and more free tokens. You just have to usually wait. But you can see here now it's analyzing my code and it gives me a plan. The home page has two hero sections, PPC hero and hero. Since your tagline mentions Vancouver, I'll update PPC hero. No, update. See, it got it wrong. Update the regular hero. The line under the headline. So I tell it that, and then it's gonna change its plan, revise its plan. This is why it's important to read the readout that you get back from it, because it does make mistakes and it'll make assumptions and it'll be very confident. And if you just say, "Oh, do it," then you'll waste time. Proposed file change is in hero. Replace current subheadline with blah blah blah. Okay, so I hit tab and I switched to build mode and I said proceed. And you can see that it's just going to go for it. So it's pretty cool. I don't know, it's kind of addictive. But at the same time, you can watch in real time, like what files it's editing. This is a components, the hero component. And then it runs a type check. I don't always like that it does that because that takes a lot of extra time, but then you can see the site, the changes should appear live. So as it's editing, it'll screw up the site until it's like saved everything, and then it should go back. Oh, yeah, sometimes it'll crash. Done, tagline. Okay. So I also sometimes have to actually restart run dev. Sometimes it will screw it up. Oh, it already had one running. Oh no, that's not right. Anyway, you have to learn how to work with this and learn how to use bun commands and npx commands. And okay, so there we go. So now it's running again locally. This is on localhost, and type check pass, done. So let's just check it. Yeah, see, there you go. It changed the headline to PPC and Shopify powerhouse in Vancouver, skyrocketing leads, optimizing sites, and winning Google ads for business everywhere. Yeah, so that's how easy it is. Now, what do you do with that? Well, I would deploy it. I'm not going to deploy it because that's just a minor text change, and I don't know. I don't even want to use my build on Vercel, or maybe I should deploy it. I mean, I can just show you. Okay, I will deploy it. So CD portfolio, and then you go git add. You have to learn some git commands if you're going to do this full stack web development, and then git commit, flag m, change sub headline in hero, and then you go git push u origin main, and then it will do all that. Now we can watch in real time on Vercel, and you can see deployments in my account that will be running. This is actually quite a complicated, heavy repo. It's in Tanstack, and it's got a portfolio dashboard, content management system on board. So I think I was a little too zealous with my refresh here. Sometimes I get impatient. You gotta let things load. Ugh, okay, that's annoying. GPL web, here it is. So let's go to projects. Oh, what's going on now? I've run out of internet. Oh, it's probably because I'm downloading that heavy file. Yeah, I can't really download that well. Anyway, oh, bleh, bleh. I do not want that. I want to go to projects. So GPL web, that's not it. Portfolio web, this is what we want. And let's look at the deployments, because this one is actually takes a long time to build. So I missed it. I was going to show you the live action. Yeah, so it built successfully. I believe it did. And let's just check live on the web. PPC, yeah, so there you go. You can see the site live on my domain webshop.fx. So that's how you make changes using OpenCode and then deploy it live on the web. Now I wanted to look at something else. I wanted to look at this one. Where is it? Portfolio dashboard. So this one still has an error, which is no good. There's something wrong with the dashboard and it doesn't load. Oh, authenticated. Yeah, so I have to, okay, so can I sign in with GitHub now? Yeah, so my sign in to my dashboard online has got some bugs in it. I don't know why, but I can still just manually edit the repo. Anyway, so there is how you can use some of these tools straight out of the gate. OpenCode free, you can get free credits through OpenCode, and you can find repos, and then you can make changes, and then you can test them locally, and then you can deploy them with GitHub, and then you can look at them live on the internet and through Vercel. So you have to learn all this, and I can show you more step by step. If you're interested, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and I might start a community where we can share tips like this in Discord or something like that, and we could build our business together. But that's going to be it for right now. Anyway, I'm just going to dive more into, yeah, so what are we at here? So we're pulling all this stuff, 4%, 26%. So this is going to take a while. 1.4 out of 5 gigabytes on this. There's a few packages involved with the Qwen3 API, but this will be an interesting topic that we can look at for future videos and in future coding sessions in terms of what can we do with for free AI? How performant is it? You know, are we going to be able to actually, you know, let's say solve the problem of writing a blog post every day. And you don't even have to use OpenClaw to automate everything. And oh, I get to talk to it with WhatsApp. Like, you can build a cron job. You can build a job in Python that when you turn your computer on in the morning, it'll load into your startup apps, and then it'll run a script to check, have I run these tasks? And then it'll run the tasks. Like, you can run a server and you can code this. You don't need OpenClaw. You don't have to have a digital ocean instance to do that. And yes, you can program agents to do certain things like go to this website, go to ABC News and look at the financial news and search for gold. There's things that you can build, systems you can build that don't need AI, that don't need OpenClaw, that don't need a digital instance. You can post lightweight scripts and write Python locally that do this. And then, yes, you can then hook it into Ollama and OpenClaw and say, okay, write a blog post with that, and you can save all these files as text. Um, there's lots of ways now that you could get things done and build systems. You don't always have to be using OpenClaw because OpenClaw is like constantly using your tokens and credits, so it's going to cost you money, and it's going to take time to learn how to use it, to set it up, and you got to take time to maintain the system, and it's always changing, and blah 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 blah. So there's an investment in time and mental energy and money. That's the important thing. Like, you know, do you have an extra $500 a month or $100 a month to start playing around and experimenting with these tools? It's, I would say it's not a good investment unless you know exactly how you're going to apply it to your business and why it's better. People say, "Oh, SaaS is dying." Well, I don't think it's not going to die right away because um, SaaS is good because you have a team that manages and writes the software and has customer service for certain specialized services, and you don't have to do that yourself. You don't have to build the software yourself and maintain it and secure it using AI tools and vibe coding and all this shit. It's done. Yes, I'll pay $30 a month. I mean, if I found a script that will write me a blog post every day, and I know that there are machine.ai, I mean, isn't that worth that's probably worth like $10 a day, like to write a blog post. So to get a human to write a blog post, it's going to cost you like $100, or you know. So I don't believe SaaS is dead. Don't believe the hype. I don't think that this stuff is obviously there, and people are going to experiment with it. But I think a lot of it is going to be about how do I use it efficiently without going broke? How do I keep it profitable? All these issues, and is it really low maintenance? Like, it has to be something that if you set it up, the system's going to last, like, because you have to invest that like 1 2 week or a month. You have to invest that time and energy to set these systems up. And is it worth it? Like, how long will it last, your system, right? And um and then again, it's like, well, what am I getting out of it? If I set up a system that's going to generate 100 blog posts in a day and update them automatically and get them indexed in Google, and then all of a sudden, I get 10,000 new visitors a day and traffic to my site, or if it's going to like allow me to start publishing a really high quality video every day, and then I only need to use like one service provider to do the editing, whereas before I was using three, well then yes, that is definitely worth the spend and the time. And I think the smartest people and the fastest people and the most agile people are already figuring out how to best use these technologies in order to create like really efficient organizations. But if you're not a genius, it does take more time and experimentation to do this. So that's why it's good to tune into channels like mine and to like, share, and subscribe. Add your comments below, and we can work this together. So I'm gonna leave it there for now because this is still downloading. But that was just an introduction to some AI things, and and getting started with AI and models. We didn't really do OpenClaw. I just kind of discussed it, some of the options with OpenClaw. I mean, we looked at some of the costs involved with OpenClaw and the calculator. you know, because a lot of people are like excited, and then see, here's all these prompts too. You have to like basically prompt and set up your services, and that takes time too. So I have all these resources, but yeah, you know, we're gonna do a deploy and we're gonna manage it. But I think the best thing to do is just to start building the foundation, install Ollama, and start using OpenCode, and see what you can do with that. Like, can you build a blog or a website and update it in GitHub before you start? Oh, let's install OpenClaw and get an instance going, and you don't even have a business, and then you're like, well, why do I even want this? So it's an advanced app, I would say, and but you know, it takes time and it's an investment. Anyway, stay tuned for future episodes because I'm going to get deeper and deeper into this, and I'm probably going to live stream, and I'm going to do this. I'll probably do a series on vibe coding with OpenClaw or with AI until I make $1 million. Because one of my friends that I saw online, uh, you know, he was vibe coding every day, and then I made $1,000. But I just tuned in and I saw he's made $40,000 now. So he's been at it for like 6, 7 months, but he's making money. So you know, persistence does pay off with this stuff. Anyway, we'll talk to you soon.